evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About. This is Susan Johnson. I'm here with my co-host, Dennis O'Brien, and our wonderful special guest this evening. We have a wonderful person who is here from the Quiet Corner Democrats, and he's going to talk to us all about the Quiet Corner and what they do, and we're just very, very pleased to have Max Gigle.
Susan, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure. And Dennis, I really appreciate it.
Great to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're connected with the Quiet Corner Democrats.
Yes, sir.
What is your, you're the executive director?
I am the executive director, newly minted as of last year.
You succeeded the great Chris Pitts.
It's very large shoes to fill.
Yeah, I could tell you some history about that. I go back a long way with Chris.
I'd love to hear it.
Oh, well, we'll talk about it sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you live in Mansfield?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Are you in the ZBA?
I am on ZBA.
I just, I always like to prepare for the show, so I did check you out a little bit.
Oh, very good.
And I see that the ZBA has not met for quite a while, and I know why.
Yeah.
I've been an attorney for 55 years, and I used to be the town attorney in Mansfield for 14 with Matt Hart, and before that Marty Berliner. And you are also from Newington.
I sure am.
Yeah, my son was a Newington High graduate.
Oh, my gosh.
About 10 years before you.
Is that right?
Yeah, he passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry
2 years
to hear
ago.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's tragic.
I still haven't processed it fully. Great guy. He was did very well at Newington High. Came in like second belt. What's that? Salutatorian. Mm-hmm. And he got a scholarship to Chapel Hill, UNC, and then to Brown for graduate school. And he was doing quite well, but he's gone.
It's a lot to be proud of, though.
Oh, he was a great kid. He didn't go through what I went. I'm an NBHS graduate, 1961. You know NBHS. Yeah, I went to the old high school, not the one they're using now. Or they have used for a long time. But anyway, a little background. So you took over from Chris, and we'll talk about a little bit about the Quiet Corner Democrats and what they do.
Absolutely. So we've been around actually for quite a bit. The idea is strength in numbers. We've got a lot of progressive folks out here in the Quiet Corner. And sometimes when you're in a small town, you can enjoy the rural quality of your town, but it doesn't necessarily mean folks will pay attention as much as they should. So we are here to help Democratic town committees, campaigns support themselves and come together so we can have, the attention that we think that the Quiet Corner deserves.
So get this one to Dennis.
Okay.
I'll get you down there. Don't worry.
So we do so in a couple different ways. The first one, it's election season, right? We are here to assist Democrats that are looking to run, whether they're incumbents or new folks running against Republican seats. In addition to that, we help Democratic town committees grow the party. We're here for party building, and we help folks do so.
You're going to enjoy listening to my history. I was chairman of the Democrats in Windham from, not long after Ronald Reagan got elected.
Okay.
And I gave up the chair when I ran for judge of probate. And I was successful, and I served as judge of probate simultaneously. In a way, there was overlap between that and my tour of duty with the Mansfield, town of Mansfield. And I was a pretty busy guy. But I can recall first meeting your predecessor, Chris Pitts, back in, it must have been in the 90s, maybe before that. But he was talking to me about forming a group. And I told him that what his idea was very similar to what I had been doing down here in this area with Mansfield, Coventry. I was visiting town committees all over the area. Not so far as Killingly, I would say not. I remember going to Jewett City. I remember going to Groton. And whenever there was a new town chair, I would volunteer my services to mentor them. And I was doing that. So Chris contacted me when he first set up the
That's fantastic.
QCD. And in fact, I think he was working with, who's that guy that's, he's still around. He's an all-time great from Hartford. His son moved to Canterbury. And he was operating there. He was trying to think of his name. He has an Irish name. He was one of the superstars he was on the Democratic National Committee. And I know that my cousin Michael Miotti, who was a state senator from Glastonbury, I remember at his wedding this guy was there. And I just saw a picture of him on Facebook, I believe, talking to some candidate, and it might have been one of the candidates for the first congressional district, who I won't mention.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it was. I was glad to see he's still around, because he's got to be around 90 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm over 80.
Well, there's quite a few folks actually in the district that have been around for a long time. They've seen a lot of change,
Yep.
and they have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons that we have this group to help towns work together is to bring that knowledge to the fore, share it amongst towns. And there's also a lot of new folks that are coming in too that could learn from people that have been around for a while.
Absolutely.
Now, there's new tricks of the trade as well, and the idea is to find the balance between the two and the best way forward for Democrats.
It's a wonderful idea, and I'm glad you're doing it. And I'm glad Chris did it for so long. And I just want to give a shout out. He's not listening now, but Tim McNally, my old friend.
Oh, Tim's
You
great.
got to know Tim.
Oh, Tim's great.
You know why I thought of Tim today? Because whenever Tim saw me and I had trimmed my mustache, he would criticize me for it. He said, "You trimmed your mustache, Dennis. Let it grow." And I did let it. I kept it going. I was going to trim it for the show, but I said, in homage to Tim McNally, and the last time I saw him was, I think, that was earlier this year.
Yeah.
And he said, "Dennis, you trimmed your mustache again." so Tim, I said, yours is pretty trim. So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, Susan Johnson looks like she is itching to say something.
I am. I just wanted to say, first of all, it's great, but I think people want to know what the towns that are in the quiet corner, or the towns that are the districts, so people understand what the towns are in the northeast corner. One of the things that we always feel in eastern Connecticut when we're at the Capitol is that they're, first of all, we're the most sparsely populated large area in the entire state. Because look at our second congressional district where Joe Courtney campaigns amazing work. But here we are with all those towns, all that space. And then when you go to Hartford, it's much smaller.
That's right.
And you go to New Haven, smaller.
Yeah.
And you go in even Litchfield County area where they include some of New Britain in that particular congressional.
You mentioned New Britain.
I beat you
Thank
to
you.
it. I beat you to it.
I have great. I grew up in New Britain when it was what a great town it was to grow up in back in the 50s.
Yeah.
Wow. I loved it.
And so anyway, and then of course there's the Fairfield County district as well,
right.
which again is a smaller but very densely populated. So we do have to make a lot of noise to be heard.
That's right.
And that's one of the things. So tell us a little bit. We could start off with Ethan Wursler, and that's the 35th district. What does that consist of?
Oh, goodness. So it does change the game when you have so much land out here
Yes,
in
it does.
campaigning, right? The idea is to reach voters, to actually get their perspectives and wrap that into your platform. And all of our candidates out here are doing that hard work of going door to door, talking to folks. And because of the distance between houses and land, it's a lot of work. But
It is. And one of the things I often remark at, because Senator Flexer, I have to say, she has 2 hospitals in her district.
Right.
She has UConn in her district.
Yeah.
She has Eastern in her district.
That's
she has
right.
QVCC in her district. Can you imagine? Nobody else has that.
yeah, it's impressive.
It is. It's impressive, but
And a
it's
lot of work.
A huge amount of work. And it's a population that moves a lot.
Yes.
I mean, we notice here in Wyndham/Willimantic, people move in and out of here all the time because of the university systems. Because we have the community, we love the fact we have them. But I'm just saying it's not the same as where you're in another community where people kind of stay.
That's right. Yeah, it's very different. And also, there's opportunities, right? Communities that are always transitioning can thrive as well. Right? You have new ideas and new businesses come in and go.
That's what we hope. The problem here in Wyndham is the fact that I joke, there's no exit. We don't have a highway here. Whereas a lot of your towns may be fairly close to a highway, we still have Route 6, and it takes us time either to get to Route 384 or to 84 or to 395. It's quite a ride. It's on 2-lane roads, and we don't have the same access as other districts.
Yeah, and still, Willimantic is still very central for the Quiet Corner. We think so. It's one of the reasons why we chose the event here in town. To your question, the Quiet Corner actually stretches across 32 to 34 towns, depending on kind of where you sit. Traditionally, it's the 29th and 35th Senate District. For some listeners who are not tracking the numbers, that is pretty much from Ellington down to Columbia, Coventry, over to the Rhode Island border, right? Plainfield, and all the towns within that corner. Ethan Wersler also has a large district he's running in. He's running in the 35th Senate District, just adjacent to Senator Flexer's 29th District. And if you can guess this, these are all the towns in his district. He's got Stafford, Union, Woodstock, Eastford, Tallinn, Willington, Ashford, parts of Vernon, Coventry, Chaplin, and Hampton. It's a lot of land to cover, a lot of folks to come out and vote.
You mentioned an event coming up. Why don't we foreshadow the event? You got an event coming up on, what is it, Sunday, the 28th of June?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that, and then let's talk about the candidate in the 35th.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are partnering with the Young Democrats of Connecticut, which I believe he should be on the line.
Right now.
So, nevertheless, we are partnering with the Young Democrats of Connecticut. We believe that there's actually a lot of opportunity to focus on, one, creating energy around these campaigns, and two, bringing in and showing that the Young Democrats do have a home out here. For many years, there was a Young Democrat chapter out in Northeast Connecticut, and it's hard to organize these kind of events. Now, we're also blessed with a couple fantastic colleges with communities and Young Democrats at those colleges, but beyond that, what happens to Democrats after they graduate? They should find a home too, in addition to DTCs and local organizing. So we believe the Young Democrats have an opportunity to create some noise.
And one thing I want to say is Senator Flexer was a Young Democrat.
That's right, she was.
Senator Flexer was. I mean, and I remember all the amazing work she did. Senator Flexer was actually started off working for Senator Don Williams back in the day when she was in high school, and she was looking for funding for the high school, and Senator Williams was out there working for the kids in the high school, and that's how she got involved. But it was a great story, and someday we'll have her tell it completely. But I just wanted to just throw that in there, because when you talk about these people that are Young Democrats, well, we want to make sure they understand where they are and that they are working with all of us, because we have such a diverse state. 169 towns, every single town has its own economy. Every single town has its own demographics. Every single town has its own ideas about what they are.
Its own socio-political culture.
That's right.
And I can tell you about a lot of them, because I've represented 6 towns out here, including Mansfield, Tallinn, Ashford, Chaplin, Andover. I've worked in Windham, of course. I was on the town council, and Eastford. Now I'm in Eastford. So, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm learning about all the towns. But I'll tell you, everyone is different, and it makes it it makes it very interesting, but it's also a challenge, because you have to deal with all these people in all these towns. And I think the idea of bringing in all these young candidates is great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I just want to say about Flexer, to me, she's still very young. Very young.
I can agree with it.
She's just a
to
kid.
Me, she's very young as well.
She's very young as well, too. But not even to me, even more.
No.
Yeah.
No, me.
Come on. You know you can't beat me on that one.
I mean, I would like to think so too. May and I met when we were both in Young Democrats, and I wouldn't mind claiming the title still.
Okay.
Right. Anyway, so you've got this fellow running out in the 35th.
That's right.
Who I think he ran last time 2 years ago in one of the House districts.
That's right. Yeah, he ran, and now Vincent Tacci is running for the same district,
right?
Which would be the 52nd.
52nd.
Yeah, the 52nd is a portion of the district he's running to now: Somers, Stafford, Union, and Woodstock.
Those are tough districts.
Very much so.
For Democrats.
Very much so.
But as I'm going to point it out before anybody else does, this is going to be a great year for Democrats. And I think, I think people know why. I don't know if I have to tell them why, because it's a really important election for a lot of reasons. Going beyond, the General Assembly, the state General Assembly, and we know we have the best congressional delegation in the country.
We sure do.
And we know there's a good bet. It's a good bet that all 5 of them will be 5. We're down to 5. Darn, used to be 6.
It's been a while, honey.
I'm still, hey, I'm reminiscing.
Well,
okay.
We're dreaming for more people.
I remember Toby Moffett and all, hey. Anyway, we've got 5 great representatives in Congress, and I'm planning on seeing them reelected. But we got to do it. We got to do the work, and hopefully, the under ticket, which would be the state reps and the state senators, will benefit from the terrific candidates that we have running up top.
That's right.
And all the way through the ticket.
Yeah, I will say it is going to require work, right?
Yep.
There's no way around it. This part of the state is quite purple, if not red. And
not red. Not here, anyway.
Well, not
where you're sitting.
Not where I'm sitting right here, proudly.
Or where you live.
That's right, proudly. But nevertheless.
Proudly.
And there's good reason for it over time, and we could talk about that. But nevertheless, there's a good opportunity this year for folks that want to have a more progressive community moving forward.
Yeah.
There's some great candidates running in all these communities, whether they're incumbents or they are new folks, to elect folks that kind of represent their needs moving forward.
Wonderful. That's right.
Very good. Yeah, so we want to talk about the...
you have somebody on the wire?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Who is it? Which one?
All right, so I believe we have Alan Cunningham, the president of Young Democrats.
Okay.
Our co-hosts for this upcoming event.
Fantastic.
Okay. Very good.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Welcome to the show, Alan, and thank you for your work. Tell us a little bit about your history and how you came to help create this wonderful opportunity for everybody to meet the candidates who are running with Young Democrats in the Quiet Corner.
Well, thank you so much for having us, both Max and I. I've been in this role for about a year now, but it's been really exciting getting to have this conversation and planning this event the past year, because it is a little bit of a dead zone. We're not as organized as we used to be up in the Quiet Corner, but that's slowly starting to change, and you can see it now within these races that we're highlighting. It's really, really amazing that in these really tough districts, we have young people stepping up to run for office, putting their names on the ballot, including Ethan, Marcus, Vincent, Dr. Lena Wagner, Sam. These are incredible candidates, and I think what's so amazing about them in particular, which I think everyone will get to know, is sort of what you guys were touching upon earlier. Every one of these towns in Connecticut, particularly in the North Corner, is so different, so unique, and these candidates understand that, and that's why they want to stay. They were born in these districts, or they came to these districts, they fell in love with their local communities, and they wanted to step up and represent them, whether that's making it more affordable, creating housing so young people can actually stay up there, which we all know is a serious issue, or the other local issues that are just affecting the school budgets and everything like that. So it's really amazing that we have young people stepping up. We're going to build out from this to help further cement the infrastructure for young people to run for office in the Northeast Corner. So it's really, really exciting to get involved and to work with Max and to present it to you guys today. I think that June 28th at 5 p.m. is going to be a really, really interesting evening listening to all these candidates.
And how will people be able to contact you to come and listen to what the candidates have to say? How are you doing that?
So there's a couple different ways. If you want to contact us beforehand, I would recommend going through our Instagram or Facebook where we have our Mobilize link. That's the easiest way to sign up. But again, this will be at the, oh my goodness.
Capitol Theater at East
At the Capitol Theater, thank you.
We used to work in that building, Alan. Susan and I worked in that building for 10 to 15 years. The legal aid office was there before it was remodeled and the theater was done over.
They did a great job.
Oh, did a marvelous job. And you know, I remember going to some of those old theaters back home in New Britain, and we had 3 or 4 of them downtown, and you know, and there was in fact the Newington Theater. I went to the Newington Theater also, which wasn't very far from home, and those old theaters are amazing. But the job that they did remodeling that theater is great. We were there last Wednesday for a fabulous concert that David Foster and Chris Beaudry and a bunch of other people sponsored with the Shabu All-Stars, and it's a great venue. We've been there before. The place seats about 250, 225 to 250 with extra chairs and stuff like that, and it's a beautiful venue, and it's really practical, and you can hear everything, see everything. It's a wise choice, I think, you know, to choose that for this event.
And we're hoping to fill it. So if you're out there listening and you'd like to come by and meet these candidates, it'll be a nice night.
Yeah, I think you better get there early because I think you're going to fill it. And I'll tell you what, you can't fill it. We can fill it from here. But I think you want people from up in the areas where these people are running.
Well,
for sure.
I think it's a good opportunity for everybody.
So, yeah, that's right. It's good. It's good. It's good that we can learn. We can meet these people. I'm excited about it. I'm going to take up one of those seats.
All right,
I guarantee you.
Okay, so you were saying, go ahead.
No, I was just going to add it's a great opportunity to meet them, but also to ask them a question, too. We're going to be opening up questions, and this is a great opportunity for everybody in the district to be heard, to get involved in these races, and to sort of learn where the candidates stand on the multitude of issues that the state of Connecticut is facing.
Yeah, that's really important for people to be able to connect because one of the things that's really important when you get to the Capitol is to know who your neighbors are and be able to coordinate things for the district. One thing that I found is really important is the councils of government, and here you've got the Northeast Council and you've got the Southeast Council here in Eastern Connecticut. So you've got two. Coordinating and understanding, it's one way for our communities to get together to understand how to do more economic development, to understand all those different towns that everybody maybe knows about how their town works, but they might not know what the neighbor's town is like. And so getting together with council of governments all throughout the state will really help us develop our economy.
Yeah, I will say that actually does highlight another part of why Quiet Corner Democrats do what they do, but also towns could benefit from working with each other. While every town is quite different, there's many similarities between towns too, and we could learn a lot from each other.
Yeah, I agree, but I'd like to see them work together more closely.
Agreed.
I'd like to see them. In fact, I question whether we need 169 towns. Well, that's another issue. That's another issue. It's an issue that I've been propagating for 25 years, and there's still 169. I'm more concerned about having more than 200 school districts. That concerns me a lot. But I'm not going to talk about that because we're not here to talk about that. But I'll tell you, I am excited about these candidates. I am impressed by their courage in running for these positions because these districts are not easy. They are not, and they vary. I think if I went through them today, I looked at the candidates. I read some things about all of your candidates. Very impressive candidates, and I could rate the districts in terms of the degree of difficulty. I'm not going to do it on the air.
Well,
but
I think that what we want to do is tell a little bit about each candidate in the district.
Absolutely.
So why don't we get on to that?
All right. Very good.
So why don't we just start off? So you have a person who's running in the Senate. And we're talking a little bit about him. Did you want to talk about Juneteenth today?
Yeah, I actually just wanted to note today is Juneteenth.
Yes.
For all those that are celebrating. I hope you're enjoying.
Yes, it's a great thing, and it's wonderful. I'm glad we made it into a state holiday, and it's also been a federal holiday, and it's really good. Did you want to go into the small detail of why we have Juneteenth? Because it was slavery had ended a couple of years before, but that word didn't get out to people in Texas until June 19th. So tell us about that.
Okay, you did that. Now take it away, Max.
Yeah.
Oh no, you think
you
that's
got
enough?
it. Max is up. No, I'm going to shut up now.
No. I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that today is the holiday. But moving on to the candidates, we can talk about kind of all the folks that are going to be on the program.
Yeah.
Why not?
So we're going to go to Ethan Wursler, and he's the 35th Senatorial District, and we are interested in what his background is and why he wants to run.
Sure, absolutely. Well, before I start going into anything, I would encourage everybody to come out to EastCon's Capitol Theater in order to hear more details from each of these candidates, but I'll give folks an overview of who they are and why they're running, for sure. So Ethan Wursler, young guy, looking to get into politics, but he's also not new. Works at the Capitol right now, and has a depth in policy that you don't see in a lot of young folks that are running. He's been around the block and yet still has a lot of energy to put, and that he's intending to put towards his constituency.
What's he do at the Capitol?
I believe he works advocacy.
Okay, great.
Up there.
He works in government relations.
There you have it.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so then go on to...
He's also born and bred in
about him
Woodstock,
for a
Connecticut,
while.
too.
Yeah.
Let's not just go on to the next person.
Are you cutting me off now?
Yeah. You know how it works here. You know the deal.
Alan.
Wait till we go home.
I want to hear some more about this candidate in the 35th. That's a big district.
It is a big district.
All right.
Alan.
That district is well, okay. I'll leave it go with that. That's a tough one.
But he actually did list off the towns in the district earlier.
He did list off
then
the
you
towns.
interrupted, and we went on to the.
I interrupted you. Yes.
Yeah, and so again, yes.
Well, that happens. Yeah,
You're
from time
getting
to
back
time.
at me for the time I interrupted you.
Yeah, well, earlier today. But,
Oh, stop.
But the 35th is, we talked about May Flexer having a big district.
Goodness.
With a lot of towns.
Yeah.
There's more towns in the 35th than there are in the 29th.
There is. Alan, did you want to share something about Ethan?
No, I was just going to go a little bit more into him. He's also a friend, so I'm happy to talk about him. He's born and bred in Woodstock. He's on their board of trustees for the Roslyn Park Board there. He's also served he's a small business owner, and he's worked as a public speaking and leadership coach, where she's been helping out high school students there. He's been, like you were touching upon earlier, he is a force at the state capitol. I work up there myself, and everybody knows him because he's so good at what he does. Affecting policy up there. Even when he was a student at UConn, he served as the president of the UConn student body. So this is somebody who really lives and breathes public service, and I think would be a complete asset to all the towns. I can name them off real quickly because I have them in front of me now, if you guys want.
No.
I wanted to go into...
Max took care of that.
Excuse me, Dennis.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys are fun.
I was going to say sure, but we're barrel.
I was just going to say, what's the business that he has? You said he has a business. What is the name of his business?
He has. Oh, shoot, I can't remember the name, but it's I believe.
You put him on the spot
check.
now. Come on. It's all right.
I'll find the
guy
name.
well. He's from Woodstock.
Yep.
He's already running a race.
He's doing a lot of things. It sounds like he has a huge amount of energy, and he would make an excellent
I think he's ready for it.
Yeah.
I think
I
so,
think
too.
he's ready for the run.
Right. Dennis,
He's got the energy that I don't have anymore.
All right.
Just with my mouth.
You certainly have a lot of energy there, honey.
Yeah, right. Well, I got to, that's what I'm known for.
All right.
Everyone's got a talent.
The next one is we're going to go off to Sam Derenthal, and that's for the 44th House District. Tell us a little bit about Sam.
Yeah, Samantha Derenthal. She actually also ran last time around. She is running for the 44th, which is bits of Killingley, north end of Killingley, Plainfield, and Sterling. Now, also a tough district. Very much, frankly, all of them are tough.
They're all tough.
But nevertheless, she has experience. She's been involved in the community and knows a good amount of folks. And she's been already working her tail off. She knows what it takes to run and should be good this time. Okay,
very good. And
so she ran in that same district.
That's right.
Once. Okay, so she's got the experience and she's got the name recognition, and that's I've counseled a lot of young candidates over the years, especially from way back when I was a Democratic town chair here and was active in a lot of different towns. And I always tell them, if you don't win the first time, you never lose. You always gain something. You gain experience, you gain know-how, and you gain name recognition. Don't throw it away. Come back and run again.
That's right. Let me just ask what's her background?
I believe she is from the district. I can't share too much about it.
Okay.
As I'm quite new in this role, I'm learning folks.
You're a rookie, yeah.
So if Alan has any information?
Yeah, Alan. Do you know Sam?
I believe she's a Board of Education member.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's important. Wow. Okay, she's run before, so she's got a leg up on it.
That's right.
People
Very
know her
good.
from all different angles. Well, that's wonderful, and that's not an easy board to be on either. So she's doing that. That's excellent work.
I think I recall meeting her and talking to her at the 29th convention.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. Okay. We are running up on our need to hear from our sponsors, Wonderful Gates, people who do great work for our community and sponsor our show. So we will be right back after these messages.
Hey, Dennis O'Brien, back on the air. Back on the air with Max Gigle. He is the executive director of the Quiet Corner Democrats, and he's here to talk about a big event coming up on Sunday, June 28th, 5 p.m., right here in Willimantic. Max, talk about it.
Absolutely. So we got a bunch of great candidates out there running in northeastern Connecticut. We've we know a lot of folks are going to be joining. It's very much going to be a community event for folks that want to meet these candidates, ask them their motivations, ask them why they're running, maybe get to know them a little bit better. Nevertheless, it's at EastCon's Capitol Theater right here on Main Street in Willimantic, 5 o'clock to 7. There'll be a reception afterwards, so if you want to shake hands, meet these candidates, as well as a number of other folks that are going to be there, please do come out. It'll be a good time and a good evening.
Okay, so we want to move on to talk a little bit about Marcus Palumbo of the 47th House District. Tell us a little bit about Marcus.
Marcus is fantastic. So, running in the 47th District, which is Chaplin, Scotland, Canterbury, Sprague, parts of Lisbon, parts of Brooklyn, parts of Plainfield. Like we had talked in the first half of the show how large some of the districts are. And goodness gracious, Marcus has some ground to cover. Nevertheless, also a young guy, as all these candidates are. He just graduated from college. Well, let me check my watch.
Clark University.
Yeah,
Worcester.
Clark University.
Great school.
Yeah,
fantastic.
4 or 5 weeks ago, something like
Wow.
that. Nevertheless, he's been involved.
Well, we have to say congratulations
Congratulations,
to Marcus.
Marcus.
Palumbo. Yeah.
Vincent also graduated in
wow.
the same, so congrats to both
From
of
Williams,
those guys.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Nevertheless, Marcus is involved in Sprague's. He ran for town council, I believe. Came up short, but nevertheless, had a good run.
Well,
Learned a
he's-
lot in the process.
He must have, and that's
Got
of
some
course where our
experience.
wonderful State Senator Kathy Austin's from, the Senate Chair of the Appropriations Committee.
Oh, the famous Kathy Austin.
Very powerful
Absolutely,
Kathy
very
Austin.
strong, very
Frequent guest
hardworking.
on many shows that
And-
we've had on TV or radio.
Yes.
You guys lucked out.
Oh,
She's
we've had
great.
her on a lot, and she's always been willing to come out and
Yes.
be with us. And I used to do an individual show without Susan. I don't know how the heck I did it, but I did it somehow. It was called Town Talk on Charter Spectrum.
Yeah.
Did it for years. Took over from Rusty Lanzett. And who was the guy who used to be the head of NECOG, did it for a while too. And I had it for a couple of years, and Kathy was, I think she was my most frequent guest.
I got to give it up to Kathy, right? Quiet Corner has a little bit of the 18th and the 19th in it.
Yep.
But nevertheless, she's always been a champion for Democrats in her
Yes.
district, and she helps young candidates and new candidates, no matter the age, run. Kathy knows exactly what she's doing. She knows what it takes to run and win, and is a champion for a lot of folks out there.
Yes, she
Major
is.
kudos to
And
her.
she's a big champion for all of Eastern Connecticut. She really works hard, and she makes sure people are hear about Eastern Connecticut at the Capitol. And I appreciate that because I have to blast to make sure people hear about Wyndham Willimantic at the Capitol, too. It's one of those things that, people don't understand us because, like we said in the beginning of the show, every single town is different, every single region's different, it's all different, so you have to be able to communicate those differences so people understand why you are presenting policies you're presenting, and maybe even coordinate things that will help the whole state, help the region, because whenever you help the town, the region, you help the state. So that's the way it goes.
There were people down at the Capitol that thought Wyndham and Willimantic were two separate places. And a lot of them were people that went to UConn. And they used to come down to Willimantic, but they didn't know that Willimantic was part of Wyndham. Susan had made sure that everybody understands that we're together,
Yes.
that it's one town. And that's been really good for us because they know down there, they know who we are. And that's important.
Yeah, it's
That's
important for us to
Just like Greg
understand our
Haddad
state.
has done a great job of making sure
Yes.
that people know what Mansfield is, that it's not just stores, it's Mansfield.
That's right.
That's right. And then, of course, Pat Boyd as well, who's
Pat Boyd, yeah.
amazing in Eastern Connecticut. He's a firefighter. He's a teacher. He's amazing public safety person. He does great work at the
Doing a
Capitol
great
as well.
job, and he's also into sports, which is great.
All right.
is.
I know
Yep.
you got to speak about that. So anyway, we can go on from Marcus Palumbo on to Dr. Lena Wagner. So tell us a little about, she's running for the 51st House seat. Tell us about the House seat and a little bit about Dr. Wagner.
Okay, well, first of all, this is the probably quietest of the quiet corner. This is Thompson, Putnam, North End, Killingly. It's a tough district, as again all these are, but I will say if there's someone that can take this seat, it's Dr. Wagner. She's relatively new to the district, moved up here with her family. She's actually from Alaska. which is an
Yeah.
interesting story.
She told me, yeah.
And if you can look up her bio, it's quite a story on her journey here and how she made a home here in Connecticut and what she's looking to do. Now, she's an advocate in the district. She's noted that folks have wanted Amazon to come in big distribution centers, and there's a pond up there that needs protecting, and she's been very much involved with the local advocacy. And she has decided to step up, as you said, courageously to run for the state level. Now, the state rep that currently there has been quite absent over the legislature, as you know.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
we
quite
know that.
familiar with the fact we haven't seen him.
Quite familiar that we're not familiar with him.
Yes, and every district deserves representation that's
Yes.
active
The best,
and there
yeah.
for folks. So
That's right.
Lena's stepping up to the challenge.
And what type of doctor is Lena?
I believe it is non-medical.
Okay.
So
Global business management.
there you go.
Okay, local business management doctor. And
She's
from
a
Alaska.
PhD.
She's a PhD.
Okay, cool.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
And that's very important to have that kind of background. It's really helpful to have diversity of different types of education, different ages, different socioeconomic backgrounds. All those different types of diversity really help cue people into the perception of, because nothing's the same anywhere, whether it's my vision of how things are or somebody else's. It is something that we can learn from when you have all different types of vision and we communicate those different types of visions.
Well said.
She's optimistic about her race, and I'm optimistic about her race as well.
And she's very nice. I've met her and chatted with her, and very, very good to talk with, very smart, and be looking forward to seeing her work in that campaign. They deserve better than what they're getting.
I know she's working very hard.
Very much so.
Yep.
And as we move forward, we have Vincent Toshi, and he's the 52nd House District. Tell us a little about the district and Vincent.
All right. So
And
this.
congratulations to Vincent. He
Yes,
just
congratulations,
graduated.
Vincent.
From Williams.
This is the district Ethan ran in last time around.
Yep.
We all know it's, once again, a tough district. But nevertheless, this is Somers, Stafford, Union, and Woodstock. Got a lot of folks up there with Ethan running and Vincent running. I think there's going to be a little bit more motivation this time around to bring on a more moderate and progressive candidate than they have currently. So, Vincent, again, young guy, and I've had the chance to sit down with Vincent a number of times. He cares quite a bit about public service and has a great message that I think will resound fairly well. That folks will be able to hear at the Capitol Theater coming up on Sunday, so please do come out.
I'm interested in meeting him. I think he's got a great shot up there.
I think so,
I
too.
think I got to say this because ethnicity sometimes plays a role in politics. And Stafford is similar to Providence, to New Haven. There's a large Italian population. I have a cousin, Michael Miotti, who was a state senator. And I remember I got a call once from Bill Curry, who was running for governor. And he asked me if I thought that Mike Miotti would be willing to run on the same ticket with him as lieutenant governor, because he wanted somebody who was Italian on the ticket. And I tried. I talked to Mike, but Mike had already committed to an old friend of mine who you may have heard of, Richie Balducci, who was from Newington. And Richie and I are like this. We know each other when we were about the same age. And I used to run into him all the time out at the McDonald's on the Berlin Turnpike.
There we go.
And I said, "Oh, Richie, but you used to get all the girls because you had that nice dimple on your chin." But anyway, Richie, my cousin had already committed to Richie, so he wouldn't go with Bill. But I'll tell you, the Stafford, Tony Guglielmo, and there's an awful lot of. He's not the only one. A lot of Italian politicians have done very well in Stafford, and that's the biggest town in the district. So I'm excited about this guy, and I've read about him. He's a Williams College grad. Yeah, I've seen him. I watched an interview he did on WINY this afternoon. I watched it. Very impressive guy. I'm very optimistic about his candidacy.
Yeah, everyone.
I will tell him when I see him.
Yeah, very good, and I hope he hears this too. All the folks here are pretty sharp, right? They know their stuff.
Yep.
Policy-wise, they're listening to their constituents,
Yep.
knocking on doors, getting an opinion of how their district could benefit from Hartford support, and vice versa.
So I was wondering, Alan, you cover the entire state for Young Democrats. Tell us a little bit about your position and how you do that.
Yeah, well, if I can say two words really quick before I answer
please.
that about Vincent, I do know another Williams College grad who ran for state rep very young, and that was Chris Murphy, and he went all the way. So I think we see good things in his future.
Well, let me
And
just
you
say
know,
something.
Chris Murphy lived in New Britain, too, for a while when he was young.
And not only that, he chaired the Public Health Committee.
There we
so
go.
we got those connections between the two of us. But I just want to say I campaigned with Chris Murphy, and what a stunning career. He starts off as a state rep, then he goes to the state senate, then he becomes a congressman, and then he becomes a U.S. senator, all within a very short period of time. And he's doing remarkable work at the in the Senate, and we're just very, very proud of him. He is always working hard, analyzing the situations, and so
And maybe president someday.
Well, you never know.
He's a potential presidential candidate.
He
He knocked
certainly
Nancy
is.
Johnson out of the box. She had been congressman from that, it used to be the 6th district. It's the 5th, I guess, for about 20 years. And she was pretty much unbeatable until Chris Murphy came along.
Yep, he did amazing, and I've knocked doors with him, and he knows just how to move right through all those doors really fast. I go blah, blah, blah too much, but...
Yeah, see that, Alan? You got us
I love
going now. You're talking about Chris Murphy.
Well, I'll just say being the Young Democrats president is really rewarding because, like you were alluding to, I do serve the entire state. So I also, in my private capacity and my job, I travel across the state. I work for Governor Lamont, so I've seen every corner, and I've got to organize young people in every corner, which is really, really interesting. From Stamford, New Haven to we have chapters in Ansonia, Naugatuck, through Middletown and the northwest corner as well. So it's really interesting just getting a look at the lay of the land to meet these young people, all so active and passionate about their own cities. I think that's been the most rewarding part. Every young person I know, when people talk about young people, they think, maybe they just care about Trump, or maybe they're thinking about their phones. Like every young person I know involved in Democrat politics right now cares so much about their city, cares about these budgets, cares about these local issues that you might not think they care about, and that's really rewarding to see.
It is very rewarding, and I don't think that we give wherever, no matter what generation we're talking about, we don't really see all the amazing things that the younger generation must go through in order to find that foothold in the economy, in order to figure out how to do things. And having young people going through that process and running for office at the same time really helps us all take a look at exactly where we are. If we're not studying the economy like we should and understanding what the policies are that have occurred since the 1980s anyway, and how they impact the federal government that transfers sometimes its responsibilities onto the state, and then the state transfers some of those onto the local districts. So those are the kinds of things we need to start analyzing and talking about. And I think that young people are keenly aware of those things. I just wanted to say we also had someone who was the head of the Young Democrats for the students here in Connecticut and also nationally, Jennifer Crowell. Are you familiar with Jennifer? And I think she's now working with Governor Lamont as well.
Yes. Jennifer is a fantastic person. I actually tried to get her to come on instead of me because I know she would be a much better advocate than me. But we love her. She's fantastic.
Well, she was a delegate to the National Convention last year, in 2024. And that was a great, something I never got a chance to do. And wow, she was excited about it, and she then turned into the possibility of an open convention, which I didn't think was going to happen. Not that late in the game, but she did go to the national convention, and she is a member of the Windham Democratic Town Committee, and we're very proud of Jennifer. And you might want to ask her about her how she got there.
Oh no, we will. I know her story. I also will add I was the delegate as well to the national convention.
Fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so
Good for you.
I think everybody got a quick history lesson in 2024 from the National Party. In terms of party rules and everything like that.
Wow, what an experience for you. Fantastic. Anyway, we should talk a little bit more about the event that's coming up.
Yep.
We've got Max here to do it.
Absolutely. Okay, so once again, we're going to be having a forum with Young Democrats running in northeastern Connecticut. It's going to be in
Willimantic on Sunday, June 28th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Please come out. We're going to have a number of candidates, both on the stage as well as other folks in the audience, so there'll be a lot of folks to talk to, meet, and greet. Part of this is community building. We know that everybody out here is fighting a tough fight in politics, and so we want to create a space for younger folks to come out and meet some candidates that can speak to their issues and many more in the community. So we've got Ethan Wersler running in the 35th, Sam Darenthal running in the 44th, Marcus Palumbo in the 47th, Dr. Wagner in the 51st, Vincent Tachi in the 52nd. We're also very grateful for local folks, May Flexer and Susan Johnson, as we come to their town, and thank you very much for hosting us here.
Oh, much appreciated. We're glad you picked us, and we're glad to host and get those connections started right now.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that we need to be more connected. It's really important, and there's a lot of differences among the towns, but as Max has pointed out, we have a lot of similarities and we have a lot of similar interests. And when these people go to the General Assembly, they're going to meet Susan Johnson and May Flexer down there, and they're going to be able to work together with them for a better tomorrow for the people of Eastern Connecticut and hopefully the whole state of Connecticut and even the whole country.
Yeah, well, that's right. And the better we do here in Eastern Connecticut, the better the state of Connecticut does. And those are the kinds of things we have to keep thinking about. It's not just about my district, although it is when you're representing the district has to come first. But it's also about how can we coordinate those concepts with the rest of the region and then the rest of the state. Those things have to be thought about all the time, because the state is an amazing place, and we've done amazing things, even though we chopped ourselves up into 169 towns and more than 200 school districts.
Yeah.
But even with that, we're able to do amazing work. We're able to, this time I was very, very proud of the fact we were able to bring back millions more dollars to our school districts. $3.5 million were brought back here to Windham because of Senator Flexer and myself, and also more money brought back to the local town as well. And this has happened throughout the state. We're working really hard to take care of our special needs students throughout the state, change some of those laws, and understand how things work. Because the most important thing for us to do when we make policy is really understand how it works and the impact it has.
Got some great leadership down there in the legislature with Matt Ritter as the Speaker of the House, and unfortunately my old friend from I've known him for more than 40 years, Marty Looney. What a superstar he has been in the legislature. We're going to really miss Marty Looney, and I know he was going to leave sometime or other, but I was sorry to see him. I'm so sorry to see Marty go. What a great president of the Senate he was, and everything he did. I worked with him on a lot of legislation when I was working with people from all over the state when I was a member of the town council here, and it was fabulous, the kinds of things that he did down there and in his leadership role in the state Senate. In the circle.
I have to say, Marty Looney was so well informed, and having him and Mary Mashinsky, Representative Mashinsky, they came in around the same time,
yep.
And they both were. Representative Mashinsky was amazing on environmental issues. Marty Looney, of course, understood everything about how the state worked, and he really understood also how to negotiate a balanced deal throughout the state and work with the House. Of course, there's always a tension between the Senate and the House, and there's always a joke about that. But, we all work together to do what we must do to make sure the state continues to be such a great place to live.
Well, Max Gigle and Alan, having you guys on the show has really psyched me up. I'm really motivated for this big event coming up here in Willimantic, USA, right on Main Street on the 28th of June at 5 p.m. I look forward to seeing a lot of folks there. We're down to our last 2 minutes, and if Tim McNally is not there, I'll be very disappointed.
Well, let me just say, we want to also, again, talk about how Juneteenth has been a wonderful opportunity for us to really recognize the history of the country. We had a great celebration at the Capitol yesterday for Juneteenth, and there are celebrations going on all throughout the state over this weekend. So take a look at that, and I'm going to give the last few words to you.
Okay.
Max, you got it. You're going to finish.
First of all, Thank you very much for having Alan. It's been a real joy. I don't know how much I've laughed on radio before, but today was a good one.
Good.
Also, just message to everybody out there that's listening, please do come out to the event. I do think it's going to be fun. Maybe not as fun as this radio show, but nevertheless, we're going to do our best. We've got some great candidates. There'll be a reception to follow and a lot of fun and interesting conversation.
How delightful! I'm really proud that you chose Willimantic as the site for this event, and I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to get there.
Excellent.
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
We'll be back next week with another great show.